This year in softball, we will be focusing on improving our pitching. Over the last few months, I have practiced and improved my pitching in in-game scenarios as well as out-of-game scenarios. I documented my journey in this video where I will discuss, analyze, and evaluate my pitching over the period of time. Before setting a goal or practicing my pitching, I first needed to find out my pitching at its current state. On the first day of pitching, I tested myself out of 10 pitches. The results were better than expected.
So as you can see, this is my first 10 pitches. I got around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in out of 10, which is a pretty good start. I've done pitching previously, so I guess that helped me out. The few pitches which went wide were at the start, were a little bit too further out. But then as I kept going, I got in the groove and then started performing consistently in the center.
Feeling that I had gotten slightly lucky on my first 10 pitches and that my first 10 pitches weren't accurate or reliable enough, I decided to do another 10 pitches and average the results. On my second trial, I got a 5 out of 10 score. I rounded both trials to give myself a 6 out of 10, or a 60% score. When setting a goal, I looked at my past experiences. Being an under 13 pitcher at one point of time gave me confidence and the right technique in pitching. This previous experience was a huge advantage in terms of the pitching rules and skills which I had already previously learned and practiced. After finding out we had 1 month or so to practice on pitching, I aimed to get an 80% score by the end of this unit, meaning I get 8 out of 10 of my pitches in the strike zone. Sadly, 2 days later, I broke my arm, a severe limitation to my pitching. Since I broke my left arm, not my right, I knew I'd have a chance to pitch, but my balance would be totally off the mark. So I changed my goal of keeping the 6 out of 10 score, which I had earlier, but this time with a broken arm. At first, I was releasing the ball too early, meaning the ball was going too flat.
And that was slightly too low. I think that would be classified as a low pitch. That was a good distance and accuracy pitch.
So on my second pitch, I had learned from my first pitch and I kept the ball at this point, where in my before pitch, I was already releasing the ball. This meant that in my second pitch, releasing the ball later had given me the loop I needed and I improved on that. Looking at my pitches on day 2, I got 7 out of 10 in, though many of them were borderline. The 3 that missed were too short. After analyzing a variety of my pitches, I realized the pitches which I had done too short just meant that my hand wasn't moving fast enough, and I noticed that the pitches which were in the strike zone meant my hand was moving fast and the ball speed was faster. The following day, to make sure that my arm had a fast movement, I kept throwing slightly harder pitches, meaning I kept trying to aim towards the back of the hoop. So when I came back and I normalized to pitching normally, I would hit somewhere in the center. While many right-handers swing their arm and threw to the left of the strike zone, I focused on keeping my arm straight in the follow-through afterwards, and this really helped me stay on line and not swing the ball to the left. So another implication worth discussing is my under 13 pitching helping me out when we're pitching in a game scenario. A lot of people got nervous during pitching in the game scenario, but because I'd already done that many times and with everyone watching me, and if I made a mistake that would feel really bad, I got used to it, and so during the game I knew when to pause, take a minute like I did, and pitch well after a few balls. A limitation which I would like to add is one that I have pretty weak arms, small arms. So to get my power, I've always used my legs like seen in the videos. After receiving a 4 out of 10 on my first try on the final training session, which was a big surprise.
Right now I'm at a 4 out of 10 with my broken arm. And just keep on practicing and make sure my balance is right.
I decided to do another try, and in that try I got 7 out of 10, which almost met my goal. On average, I didn't really meet my goal, but I was happy with the improvement, and all my pitches, even with a left broken arm, were in the right were around the strike zone, and the batter could hit it every time.
Good! Woo!